All right, guys. So we actually have to do a part two of the nature of the European, and this is gonna be part two of the nature of the European, and we're basically talking about how these people, how they treat children, and and the reason they have to be careful with your children around them, because they have a history going back so many centuries with children, and this is going to be a history lesson, and it's also going to tie to the present and some things that I've noticed, and, just throughout my life, growing up and stuff. So, all right, so we're gonna begin. So basically, back in the uh, like the Middle Ages and before that, this is how they treated children. If you could look at this image, we got this trees or something. You see what he's doing here? Look at the mouth here. So look at what he's doing. That's actually something that we notice that they still do to this day. Uh, you know, you can't really leave your black children with these people because you already know that this something like this could happen, and like all communities have this problem, but historically this is more of a problem with the European, and have a really bad history with doing this, and then behind the priests you have all the soldiers doing, like with the sword over here, trying to like cut down. You, you could imagine what they're doing to the little ones over here. So this basically represents how the cops today, how they view children. Like they don't even care. Like they don't see them as humans. And to this day they haven't changed. This is why, again, you have to separate. You have to like you have to build your own communities, so that your children don't have to go through so they don't have to encounter this freaking people. Like we have to raise them in a closed black community where they don't even have to see a freaking cop or anything like that. So uh, basically, this is how they do it, man. And again, and then we have like two uh like herdsmen up here, like looking back at, you know this is basically like the politicians looking back at the evil that's happening behind them. And this is how they've always been this way, and it really hasn't changed. You could put like any president up here, and then you got the regular European society back here, doing their, whatever they want to do to the little ones. So, and all right, I want to bring it to the present, and this is why today you can't have your children going to their schools, to public schools, because as you already know, most teachers and administrators at the school, they look like these people over here, and you can't trust them. Like, it don't matter how many degrees they have, or whatever. Nature is gonna take over how they act at the end of the day. Like, a piece of paper is not gonna change their nature. So no, don't send your children to these people. If you want to get a education for your children, do it at home. there's too many tools at home that you can use, through your computers, on your phones. You don't need to send them to public schools, man. Like, we're in a different time now. Uh, Back then I could understand because there wasn't that many tools, but now you have your computers and everything. So, keep them away from this, man. Like, this is like the worst here, man. And it's still happening, but they see the way they do it now. They don't do it like open, like like they used to do over here. The way they do it now is like subtle. It's like really subtle, really. Uh, it's more like concealed. Instead of like beating them like this, like they used to do with a sword, they use the security of the school, or they suspend them from the school. So it's like psychological instead of like physical. It's a lot of like psychological, you know, going basically psychological violence in a way. And yeah, and they like this. What the priest is doing here, we've seen so many stories of, especially European women doing this to children. You can't really trust them, because for some reason, European women, they they have a fascination with the little ones. Like, it's, it's bad, man. Like, they have a really bad, like, mental sickness, Uh, and I'm not saying it's all of them. I'm saying this is history. Like, this is not me saying it. This is history saying it. And you know, history is history, man. So, what can we do, man? And all right, but the other thing I want to talk about is like the other day, I was like coming home from work, and I noticed like some European people trying to so uh, there were like a few black kids on the public transportation over here, and there were and then like some European people that they were trying to like look at the kids, like like they were like doing everything to look at the kids, like, and when I saw that, like, I got in between them, in between the little ones and the Europeans, because that's my instinct. Like, they're trying to drain the energy from the little ones, and as a black man, you can't allow them to do that, man. Like, and guys, if you ever see European people trying to be like all over black kids, don't let them, man. Like, try to like move them away, or do anything, man. Because this is basically like sinners. They're trying to, like, even from little, even when they're little, they know children have like that pure like energy, so they're trying to get that from black kids, man. And this is how they get corrupted, man. Because it's all about, I remember when I was little, like, the images, like, everything that happened, like every kind of person I saw, like it had like an impact on me. I still remember like so many like interactions with like grown people, and that energy, it's always been with me, man. Like, and it's really important that you protect the little ones from these people. Like, it's really really important. And again, I just wanted to show you the history and how they haven't changed, and you know just keep them away. Keep them at the house or in the community. And when it comes to school, you have online classes now. there's no excuse, So don't come to me with like, oh, I have to work and I can't teach them at home. No, there's no excuse now. You have to get a man, or get there's too many like broken families. You have to have men and women, and the man has to work, and the woman has to be at home teaching, and that's the only way we're gonna change the our situation when it comes to like families. So like, come on, this crap about like like single like parent crap. We have to change that. So and again, keep the children at home, and that's the solution. All right, guys, if you want to go to my website is blkbusiness.me, blkbusiness.me, and that's basically where we have a list of black content creators that so because on YouTube they don't promote our channels, so we need a place where we could get our views up. We could get more black people to be self-employed. We really need that. We have too many people, too many of our people working for the enemy, for these people, and we have to be independent. We have to basically we need more self-employment basically. And I know people like Phil Scott and others. They've been preaching this for years, that we need to make. We're too talented to be working for the enemy. So come on, guys. Go to blkbusiness.me, and that's where you have a list of black channels. If you want your channel added, you could add it through there, and that's it. See you in the next one.